Assalamu Alaikum and welcome back to yet another video. It's been a minute. It's been a while. Um, this time we are trying out Silent Hill 2 remake on the RG Ally. And there's a bit of a weird thing with this game, and apparently it's not a game issue, it's a Unreal Engine issue with specifically with the graphics of the RG Ally and Legion Go and basically the 780M graphics chipset. And as you can see here, we're having some weird, like there's no shadows. Like, this doesn't look right. This is not supposed to look like this, if you can't tell. And just to show you the settings, I'm actually going to make it, I was doing some testing earlier, but I'm actually going to make it 60 FPS, 1080p. I'm going to turn off FSR for now. Yeah, it's probably going to destroy it. We're also running at kind of the lowest possible settings, as you can see there. All right. And let's just apply this. And I forgot something. Give me a second. I forgot something very important. Okay, welcome back. So, yeah, I forgot to basically have the overlay running at the top. That's kind of a rookie mistake. It's been a while, okay? Yeah, so basically, as you can see, I'm going to go back there. I am using 8 gigs of VRAM here, right? And as always, I have that 32 gigs RAM mod installed into my RG Ally. Mod, by mod, I mean like the physical hardware mod, of course, not a software thing. And so we have a lot more access to VRAM, and it's not using a lot right now. It's using roughly 4 gigs in total, 3 gigs by the game. Yeah. RAM is okay too. I'm sorry for the blur on this side. I try to kind of focus on it, but it kind of just like if I focus, I can either focus on the center or on the numbers. I've kind of decided to go with the center, but let me know if you think if I should focus on this side instead. Yeah, hopefully it sounds okay too. I'm trying a little bit of a different setup for recording and everything, so things could be a little bit different, a little bit off. Anyhow, let's take a look. And yeah, let's take a look about the game as it is. I'm going to show later a little bit about kind of adjusting it to kind of fix it as well, because I have found a fix. Now, this is something that I haven't personally tested yet. Maybe I will in this video. So that's for the future Yasin to be had. But basically, there's a few... Oh, it's already done loading. Okay, yeah, I've loaded it a few times before. I might just skip the cutscene because it's gonna look horrible with the lighting issues, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because it is, yeah, look at that. That's horrible. Like, what? This is not a horror game, man. This is the real horror. God, I'm just gonna skip that. It's horrible. Okay, so yeah, the game looks. My God, it looks horrible. It looks like a PS2 game right now. This is not the game's fault, as you know. This is, like I said, Unreal Engine, Lumen technology not playing nice with the chipset, and I hope that AMD knows about this and that they can fix it, because it's not just limited to the RG Ally. This happens in the Legion Go and other handhelds as well, with other games that support Lumen. So yeah, so far the game is running at like 30 FPS-ish, 30, 27, 26. That's surprisingly not bad considering how horrible this game runs. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, let's look. There's also a lot of stutters. Like, oh my God, you see the spike there? It's insane. It's insane. The game has a lot of stuttering issues. You go inside, you go outside, stutters a lot, insanely. So yeah, if you guys are okay with that, I have personally finished the game. Great game, but yeah. But we can also turn on ray tracing to fix this, to remedy this issue. And just to kind of show you guys here, it's gonna take a second. I think it. Oh no, never mind. It doesn't. Okay, that's cool. Last time it took a while. Okay, wow, that's running at 15. It looks like considerably like night and day difference. I hope I'm not breathing too much on the microphone. I'm a bit sick. But night and day difference. Wow, like just look at that. It just went from a PS2 game to like a current gen game basically. But yeah, it looks kind of better in person, if I'm being real with you. But I hope the camera can show that too. I hope this is a decent quality camera here as well. Now, of course, if you want to be running it, you're probably going to use some sort of upscaling, like FSR. And if you're running at 1080p on the RG Ally, I hope I hope you can contain your expectations. Running this as performance, it didn't really help much. It went from 15 to 20, which of course is a huge difference if you look at percentages, like 20% more. But yeah, maybe we can play like 720p with the ray tracing on. Kind of a bummer that you need to turn on ray tracing to fix that. Okay, 720p at performance FSR 3. We can get a 30-ish FPS. Slow kind of goes down. But you can see how much better it looks inside here as well. Like it actually looks horror now, you know? Like the shading, the shadows, everything looks like proper. I cannot see the door. Okay. Yeah, it looks a bit too proper that I can't see the door. Okay. So that's that. Let's move on to something different with this so we can actually take a look at some fixes for this and restore the performance, because we're not playing this game with ray tracing on. And I am definitely not playing this game looking like this. I mean, maybe you can if you really want to, but yeah, wow, look at that, 50 FPS. Dang, okay. Honestly, at 720p, it doesn't look that bad, even with FSR, because of the small handheld, you know, small screen on the Rog Ally. Like, honestly, with small screens, it looks okay. But obviously, if you are there in person, if you look at it, I think 900p is the way to go, and probably just balanced FSR 3. And just before I move on to the next section, which is about like getting this lighting to kind of be fixed and stuff, I did notice right now we're getting like 43, 45 FPS, right? I did notice that you can actually go ahead, turn this to medium. I'm going to see what's going to happen. It's going to destroy the FPS, right? So from 43 to like 28, right? Destroyed the FPS. But, okay, if we go back here and we just turn this to low, okay, just the shadow quality to low, you get back like, you know, 85% or 90% of the FPS. That's huge, okay? That is pretty huge. So you can technically play this in medium settings. Just turn down the shadow. Of course, that just seems to destroy the performance. But yeah, just so you know, this is just like a little messing around that I was doing. I do think you can probably reduce a couple of settings. I don't think you're going to be noticing. I cannot speak. I'm sorry. Noticing that much of a difference on the screen, to be specific. Let me be clear here. I'm not saying that low and medium look the same, but yeah, game in my opinion looks pretty good. Not like this though, but if you're actually playing it where it doesn't bug out like this. So anyways, that's enough talking for now. Let's move on to the next section. Okay, so sorry for the noises outside, but basically this is the kind of fix. As you can see here, we have this is a DirectX 12 proxy, essentially. It's a DLL file. I hope this is okay, by the way. And basically what it does is it fixes the Lumen GI bug on integrated GPUs. Now, I don't know too much about the specifics of this. You can feel free to read it out, but it says it allows 3D textures on GPUs. Sorry, UE5 does not allow 3D textures on GPUs. And so basically this kind of spoofs it and forces UE5 to think of the integrated GPU as a dedicated one, which lets you fix those issues with Lumen GI and everything. Like I said, I don't actually know how it works under the hood. I'm gonna be real with you. Basically, it's just these two files, DXGI and DXGI proxy, and you just copy them to your, you know, SoundCloud 2, SH Proto, binaries, Win64 folder. As you can see, I have these two files right here. And let's get back to the game and let's see how it works. Okay, so here we are at the menu. Remember, we were running at medium settings with low shadow and low effects. And you can see it looks significantly better. We are running at 900p. And we're also running at balanced FSR. And as you can see, the settings are here. It's the medium preset with just shadows and effects lowered. Which is not just, to be fair, but it's a pretty big thing, you know. So there you go, you know. Let's hope it loads faster, because I you know, maybe I should just skip this part of the video. I'm not doing any extremely extensive testing with this right now, but I'll show you hopefully parts of it and how it looks and how it works. Okay, it doesn't take that long, surprisingly. It's good. Now we're gonna. I mean, I'm gonna show you a little bit of the cutscene at the start here, just to show it's fixed. I mean, you can already see it's fixed, but there you go. Significantly better already. You can see the reflections, you can see the hands, you can see the shadows. More importantly, and in fact, it looks. I would say it looks the same as if you're running it on a desktop PC, which is pretty impressive for a handheld device. I mean, just look at that. I don't know why I love the part where he just squishes his finger. That's so weird, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. But you know, the graphics, you know, the advancements in technology. It does seem to drop FPS below 30, especially because of the mirror, I think. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna skip this through. So there we go. There we are, or here we are. And this, now you can see the shadows are actually working fine. You can go inside and yeah, it works completely fine. It does have a little bit of a delay. You saw that the GI was updating, I think. But yeah, significantly better than what it was before. We did drop FPS. We were getting around 38 to 40 FPS before. Now we're getting 33 FPS. There is an alternative, which is to use something called DV. What was it called? DXVK. I think it's basically DirectX to Vulkan instructions. But what it does is it takes your DirectX 12 game and it converts it into Vulkan, which is a different rendering pipeline. And essentially, it fixes the bug. But I heard that you have to run the game in DirectX 11 if you do that, and that means you cannot use things like FSR. However, we are still able to use FSR thanks to using the DirectX 12 proxy, which is, I think, a huge bonus. I'm going to actually go with 1080p just to kind of mess with it because I would love to get this game running at even low at around 30 FPS at 1080p. Okay, yeah, you can. Wow, you can. Barely, but you can. You can borderline run this at 1080p, 30 FPS-ish. Maybe if you lock it, it's going to be better. Maybe if you play at low settings, it's going to be significantly better. But the VRAM is super, properly in control. Don't worry about the temps. That's because it's really hot in my room. The ambient temperatures is 30 degrees Celsius in my room. So use that as your baseline before you look at these temps. But other than that, game works amazing. I'm sorry for the outside noises. I think there's a crow outside. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it works great. It looks great. And I can totally play it. Okay, well, not with the stutters, though. That's horrible. Yeah, it stutters a lot. Even on my, desktop, this game stutters so much. So much. It's insane. I actually even reduced the texture settings to medium and the shadows and effects to medium. And this game has some serious performance issues. Throughout the game, you get areas where the FPS would drop insanely, where it would randomly stutter constantly. I think the real horror is literally the stutters that this game has. And Digital Foundry made a video on this game, and they made a really funny segment at the start of all the stutters this game gets. But yeah, it's a fun game. The story, I highly recommend playing this. The story kind of messed me up. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of got me thinking what's really going on, you know. But yeah, so just something to keep in mind, you know, if you're have a weak heart. I'm not used to playing horror games, not gonna lie. So but this was fun. I do think it gets dragged on for a bit too longer in terms of gameplay sections, but don't quote me on that. I have not played the original. This is this remake that I played, and I personally enjoyed it a lot. Oh, there you go. There's more stutters. It stutters a lot, but right now 1080p, medium settings with shadow and effects down to low, and FSR performance. Honestly, looks superb. You can even play this on TV, and it looks amazing in my opinion. You know, that's pretty good. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't optimize it. They should absolutely optimize the game, but yeah. You can turn up the volume, but I don't think you're going to be able to hear it if I turn it up. Yeah, I'm just going to keep it down. But yeah, we're not here for the cutscenes. Let's just skip through that. I mean, I love the cutscenes in the game. They are So good in my opinion. But yeah, it's kind of a slow-paced game though. It takes a while to kind of continue to kind of start and everything. So just keep that in mind when you're playing the game. It's not gonna like instantly be, uh, you know, like fast paced, and things are gonna take a while. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of stutters whenever I play the game. I really hope I'm going the right way because I'm just playing while talking. I should probably cut a huge chunk of this video if I'm being real with you, because I want to kind of show you guys when you reach the city or the town area and how it looks like, because it looks, I mean, it looks pretty good, but yeah. I would still recommend playing this at 900p. Like, if you want the balance between graphics and performance, 900p is the way to go, in my opinion. If you are okay with low FPS and you want like nice sharpness, then yeah, sure, 1080p is good. Or if you are okay, if you want like the best performance, then 720p, obviously. You can go 720p quality or just 720p no FSR, and I think it actually works pretty well. I have to kind of see it though, but yeah, how far we have to go here, man. Like I said, it's kind of slow paced. I think this door is supposed to be locked. Yeah, okay. Yeah, at this point, I should just make gameplay videos. I mean, what am I even making? I can't see anything on my screen. I just want to tell you guys that. Oh, we got the key, that's good. Now, apparently these sections are references to the old game, the original. And I'm sure you guys can find some videos online about that too. By the way, the FPS are kind of getting better now, as you can see. They're in the 50s in this section. I don't know if that starting section is just insanely intensive or what, but the FPS are significantly better here because they were like in the low 30s before. Now they're kind of in the in the low 40s now. But right now, there's not really much happening. I think once we get to the city area, we're going to know for sure what's going on. I was hoping to kind of like cut out on the editing of this video, but I guess I'll have to do quite a bit of editing of this video. Because I wanted to kind of focus on the gameplay elements and talking about the performance as a whole. I mean, I think it's better to show the performance than talk about it, so you can sort of see for yourself. But of course, you can see like we're constantly GP bound. Our VRAM is okay. It uses a lot of VRAM though, even at medium. I think it's set to medium textures. It's using like 6 gigs, you can see here. 6 gigs on the VRAM for the game, 6.7 for the whole system. So that is pretty huge, you know, that it's using that much. And it's using around 12 gigs of system memory. I don't know why my system is using 12 gigs of memory because the game is only using 4. But it looks really well, runs really well so far, especially with the DirectX 12 proxy for the Lumen GI fix. Oh, I got a map. Nice, sweet. Awesome. I think we are in the city now. Yes, we are. I can barely see it because I'm looking at the camera. I'm not looking at the actual RG Ally. I should look at the RG Ally, but I think it's going to mess with my mic. Yeah, this is not the best setup, but yeah. Hopefully it's clear enough. It's running super well right now. I'm actually impressed. What? Okay, I don't know the stutters. But look at that, 45 FPS. It feels so smooth on the VR display on the RG Ally. Like, this is insanely smooth. What? Oh my god, okay. This is with medium-ish settings. I mean, shadows and effects are low, so shadows do make a pretty big difference, by the way, I've noticed, in terms of quality as well, which makes sense, you know, why it's so much of a performance hog. On my main rig, I actually dropped shadows from high to low. Not high to low, high to medium. And it's a huge... Oh, there you go. There's our first victim. I mean, I mean, there's our first not victim. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice game. The music messed me up in this game though, man. Like the horror of this game, I think really kind of messes you up. You know, like every corner there's something waiting for you. And my God, this is. I don't know about the people who are used to playing horror games, but I'm not. And man, it's a stressful game to play. How are we supposed to go real quick? Huh? Somewhere through these places. Yeah, it is. Okay. Running, like I said, running really well though. If you're okay with the stutters, I'm not saying that's a good thing. That's a huge problem with Unreal Engine games. But look at the graphics though. Like, you know, technically it has ray tracing on always. Lumen is a form of ray tracing. It's a software ray tracing, so you can see like the tree stays there. You know, and things kind of stay there. It's like much more low quality form of ray tracing. Wow, like I said, the stutters are insane. When I played the game on my main rig too, it actually annoyed me how much it stuttered. Like genuinely, because it's so much. Like when you're playing the game and you're in the middle of a battle, it doesn't always stutter in battles, by the way. But when it does, it's like wow, man. You know. So we're reaching 60 FPS here, but that's a one-off, just so you know. Again, I was expecting it to play it at like maybe like at a much lower frame rate and probably at 900p at best, but I'm surprised to be able to play this at 1080p. To be honest, it is with the performance FSR, so I'm not saying that this is the ideal way of playing it, but you know, I'm personally I'm pretty happy with it. Like it's very impressive that I can do this. I have no idea where I'm going, by the way. I'm just randomly going around when I'm talking, so I hope I'm going the right way. Oh yeah, I think I went to the right way. Okay. And you can see. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I hope I can do this well. You know, I don't want to embarrass myself in on the YouTube video. My man, like what an absolute chat he is. Like he just pulls out like like the first thing he sees and uses that like you know most of the game. Yeah, I always get hit by that. Yeah, so fairly good. I always get hit by one of these attacks though, but yeah, I mean it's a good game. What can I say, you know? I think my door is gonna slam. Okay, I'm gonna kind of skip through a bit because I haven't been, but yeah. So here we are. We are in the main kind of town area, I think. Yeah, and you can see the performance 44 FPS. Just for comparison, I do want to check 900p at maybe quality FSR, like because I know FSR does get kind of really, you know, ghosty and stuff, has ghosting problems and shimmery problems. Wow, so 900p at quality is pretty much the same FPS. That's amazing. Actually looks better in my opinion. Looks more sharp somehow. Especially in motion. But yeah. So this is pretty good, you know? And if you really want to play it, you can also play it at 720p, probably without any FSR. You know, it could work pretty well. Let's see. So 720p, no FSR at 50 FPS. And the game looks very nice too. And run medium settings, like I said. Shadows low, effects low. Absolutely amazing. Now I'm not sure if you can always play like this on a normal ROG Ally because of the lack of VRAM, lack of RAM. Sorry, but you probably can because as you can see, the game is actually only taking 4 gigs. My system is taking 12, so I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's allocating a lot to the system memory. Maybe it's not directly taking it, but I think it would show the allocation as well if I'm not mistaken. Oh god. Yeah, I hate that thing that crawls on the floor. I mean, it's just minding its own business, so, you know, let's be nice to it. So, yeah. There we go, you know. It is not the best FPS. I think I noticed a huge drop when I look. Which way? Where did I notice it? Oh, I think that was just a one-off stutter. Okay, wow. Okay, the stutters are kind of messing me up. I should probably show like, you know, 1%, 0.1% lows just to show you how much it stutters. But I mean, this is an Unreal Engine game. It's probably going to be 1 FPS. I'm not sure if there's going to be any point in showing that in this game. But yeah, overall runs really well. Honestly, super happy with this. I mean, the fact you can play this. I mean, 720p. Now, if you want to like a more for battery saving thing, you can probably even just lock it at 30 FPS at 720p. And maybe even go quality. It's oh, oops, no, don't do that. Okay, I didn't do that, thank God. So you can probably just lock it at like quality 30 FPS, you know. And the reason being is you can use like 15 watts. You can see power. That's impressive. 15 watts of total power. Running this at 30 FPS, you know. I mean, we can probably just kind of reduce it down here as well. 15 watts in total power. We're at 30 FPS. And oh god, the stutters. Oh boy. I think the stutters are worse at low power though. But yeah, the fact that you can basically play this at 15 watts, 30 FPS, looking like this is, in my opinion, much like pretty impressive though. Oh my god, the stutters though. Wow, look at that frame time. Like, is this a heartbeat? What's going on, man? That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure if the stutters are happening because of like low wattage or just an Unreal Engine thing. I know they happen a lot, but they're probably gonna happen because of yeah, there you go. Okay, so now we're like 50 FPS. I mean, still seeing insane stutters here. I think a lot of it is like traversal stutters, a lot of it is shader stutters. There's no shader compilation when you start the game, so maybe a lot of that can be fixed like that. Game feels so smooth, by the way, my goodness. Yeah, you know, me being me, I would probably be greedy and I'd probably just play it at 1080p at like performance FSR. Sometimes I'm greedy for quality and sometimes I'm greedy for performance, but you cannot have both. You know, you have to make your mind. You have to decide. I mean, look at that, 44 FPS. Dang, that's crazy. It's amazing, Lumen. Wow. You see that and that makes you happy, you know, that kind of performance. I wouldn't say like fight these guys. So there you go, you know. Pretty fun game. It's a slow paced game, so give it some time. But I think you're gonna thoroughly enjoy this. Oh, oops. Okay, I was not trying to press that. I'm definitely less scared when I'm narrating this, because like the first time I played it, I don't know, I've never played a Silent Hill game before, I'm not gonna lie. This was my first one and it was pretty good. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please, you know, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. And consider supporting me as well in my Patreon, link in the description. I appreciate it a lot. It's honestly, this is really fun to make. I love these videos, making these videos. I mean, I hope you guys love it as much as I love making them, because honestly, it's genuinely really fun trying to get the performance numbers. And I hope I was able to help someone with the fix as well. I did not find this fix myself. There's in the link in the description, there's going to be a reference to the original post where I found the fix. So credit to that person fully. And yeah, hope you have a good one. And peace out. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullah.